Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Welcome in, 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. I'm Rob Breaux alongside David Collier, Lucas White behind the glass today. We've got some things going on. The Astros are back in front of the Texas Rangers. The Rangers are back under 500. The Astros at 500. What a ride the AL West has been. As the Astros beat the Yankees last night, the Rangers lose to the White Sox. And through the first inning, it looked like they had bet on the White Sox. We'll discuss that in the headline segment and beyond. We also have a lot of stuff going on with, Lane Kiffin and LSU and the NFL and everyone else in college athletics. We'll talk about that today as well. This is the End of the Bench. You can chime in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We'll ask a question of the day and answer that at 9:30. You can also call in via the Visual Edge IT hotline, 806-771-0973. You can find us on youtube.com/Double T Sports Network, where you can find the latest Red Raider Recon today. And moving forward on Red Raider Recon, you will have episodes on Monday afternoon and Wednesday afternoon. We'll have a recap of the weekend on Mondays on Red Raider Recon and a preview to the future weekend on Wednesdays on Red Raider Recon. So be on the lookout for those starting next week as Texas Tech will start to take on ACU and their regular season schedule. Of course, plenty of Week 0 action this weekend to recap on Monday. You can also find us on Fox 34 News Now. David, how you doing?
Good. You wouldn't think it was a game week with all of the off-field nonsense. It's careening towards the opener.
I like that word. It feels like it's like March with all this roster flux.
Yeah, it does.
Like we're heading into spring football, trying to figure out rosters, right?
Typically, yeah.
Not Week 0.
Just imagine if you were one of the Week 0 teams that had some issues here, you know?
Right, yeah. Yeah, if you
were bringing in people from NFL training camps and hopping on a plane to go to Ireland right now.
Yeah, let's say you kick a safety off the team and need a safety, and there's a safety that just played in an NFL preseason game and you're adding him.
Yeah, right.
So the rule that the Big Ten passed yesterday, and then the SEC's was worded a little differently, but the rule the Big Ten passed was very specific to say that the Indiana players were still eligible and that a few of the other players were still eligible.
Yes.
It is early entrance into the draft, not automatic entrance into the draft.
Yes.
Because the senior does not enter the draft. He is just available to draft.
Yes.
If you're out of eligibility, it's not a draft entrant.
This is one of my biggest pet peeves when we come to when a senior graduates and then everybody makes this graphic, whether it's the player or the school or some internet media entity or even regular media entities telling me that Jacob Rodriguez declared for the NFL draft. Jacob Rodriguez didn't have anything to declare for. I guarantee you if Jacob Rodriguez would have just graduated and the Miami Dolphins drafted him, he would have been drafted. There was no declaration. I declare I'm eligible for the NFL draft. It's not how that works.
If you're out of eligibility, you're just automatically in the pool.
Yeah.
So to declare or enter the NFL draft, that's talking about early entrance.
Mm-hmm.
So if you leave school early, that's your choice to leave school early. You can't come back in the Big Ten.
Well, you can.
If you go through the draft process and sign an NFL contract.
Well, you could leave early and declare, but you have to withdraw your name.
Without properly withdrawing.
Yeah, you have to withdraw before the deadline to say you're coming back. That's part of that.
So, I mean, used to you couldn't even hire an agent and then come back. And we saw a kid at Tennessee get suspended for improperly withdrawing. What is that guy thinking today?
Oh,
I had completely forgot about that story. He gets 2 games for withdrawing before the deadline, but a $400 flight.
Something, he had to pay back, and he even paid it back.
He paid it back,
Yeah,
and he's suspended 2 games. But
there's
they're
guys,
trying to add NFL training camp. Are they going to pay the NFL teams back the per diems and everything they've had all training camp?
Yeah. Well,
I think it was a Hard Knock story. Do you remember the Hard Knock story that some guy, they told some guy he'd come and get for $5,000. You can come to camp for $5,000. He's like, Coach, I don't have that money in my bank account. They're like, no, we're paying you.
We're
paying you $5,000.
Yeah, Andrew Brandt, I think.
Yeah, so it's, or it might have even been less than that. Like,
Yeah.
Like, hey, we can only pay you $500, or you can only come for $1,000,
Yeah.
$500.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't have that money. He's like, no, we're paying.
No, we're paying you that money.
We're paying you. So I mean, these guys have cash checks with the emblem, right, with the logo.
Yeah.
Not big ones probably, but checks. So the Big Ten rule is pretty clear that all of those things, and you've had to been on an NFL roster in the preseason. Well, these 2 Indiana guys never made a roster. They were just at, rookie minicamp tryouts and voluntary training camps and that kind of stuff where it's just a tryout.
Same way with the UCLA guy.
Same way with the UCLA guy. The Big Ten players and the Summer League is considered those kind of things. The Summer League is not on a roster.
Yeah.
So Summer League basketball players could play in the Big Ten. The SECs seemed a little more hardline and a little more vague because it basically says we just gave Greg Sankey the power to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Unlimited power, it said.
Yeah.
But I would assume he's going to enforce the same rules that the Big Ten is enforcing, which I think is what the Big 12 is going to do. They passed that they were going to do something in the next 24 to 36 hours because the Big 12 can't ever just do something.
16 strong.
Just copy and paste the Big Ten thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you would think everybody would just do that.
So if you're wondering, what about this guy? What about this guy? What about this guy? If they were at a training camp, if they participated in preseason games, if they've been at an NFL team in the last month, they're not eligible now in the Big Ten and probably everywhere else. If you were cut or waived before training camp started, you're still eligible, regardless of how many drafts and whatever else you went through. If you were undrafted. Is that correct in your mind?
Yeah.
Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. As we go along today, we'll hear from Joey McGuire on some of this stuff. He talked to the media yesterday. He talked about some chaos and how to fix the chaos in the sport. He did talk about the rulings that happened in the Big Ten, might potentially happen in the Big 12. We'll listen to those in the second hour. We'll also go through the top 100 college football players according to ESPN's Max Olson in college football this season. We'll do that at 10:45. We'll have a couple of burning questions about college football at 10:30. So that's the next hour. Right now we have a question of the day. You can answer this on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. David and Lucas will have an opportunity to answer right now. My question to you, David, Lucas. Who is one player on this Texas Tech football roster? One player besides Will Hammond.
Any? I can name any player?
Besides Will Hammond.
You're not done with the question. Okay.
Yeah. What is one
Bryce
player?
Pollock.
What is one player for Texas Tech football? Besides Will Hammond, who is the most important player to the success of the team?
You think Will Hammond's the most important player to the success of the team?
I think the quarterback is generally, yes.
You could just hand the ball off all the time.
Well, then Mac Leftwich is the most important person on the team.
Man. It's hard to pinpoint one person offensively because if Cam Dickey isn't having a good game, then you can go to Quentin Joyner, and if he's not having a good game, 1 out of 3's got to work, right?
Yeah.
You would imagine in that instance. The left tackle might be important, extremely important, for a guy that might not be as mobile. Can't pinpoint one wide receiver that's going to make a difference. Terrence Carter certainly would be the safety valve. And man, that's a really tough question, Rob, because you would say, well, you want Trey White to be able to get pressure on but if he doesn't, then more than likely Adam Trick might.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, the way it sounds with Joey McGuire, Austin Romaine is going to be blitzing a lot more than the linebackers were a year ago.
Yeah, or Damian Guyton will come in.
Yeah.
The freak of nature that he's never seen before in 30 years of coaching.
Who was a little banged up, according to Joey, in practice. Just a back issue, but nothing serious. This is my way to dance around hoping Lucas has thought of one individual
Lucas,
person.
What individual player is the most important to Texas Tech's success? I do have an answer for both the offense and the defense.
Oh, we can do both? Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to go
always
with
cheat.
Ben Roberts.
That would be my answer on the defense. What's your reasoning?
Just the senior leadership.
Yeah. I think certainly everything he does on the field. But for Texas Tech to reach the heights they reached last year and beyond, he also has to be what Jacob Rodriguez was last year just for the team. You know, the highlight I love most from Jacob Rodriguez last year. Now, it translated defensively into the playoffs. But my favorite highlight from Jacob Rodriguez last year was after the Big 12 championship, they put out a video of them running back into the tunnel after the celebration. Everyone is hooping and hollering and smiling, throwing up the W's, eating the W's. They have handfuls of confetti they're throwing at the camera. Jacob Rodriguez walks by, stone-faced, looks at the camera and says, job's not done.
No.
That kind of mentality you have to have. And Ben Roberts is going to be the pulse of the team. So he would be my answer defensively. Obviously, he has to do a lot of what Jacob Rodriguez did on the field. He's got to create those turnovers. Mm-hmm. He's got to line people up. He's got to pick people up when they're down. He's got to encourage. He's got to motivate. He's got to do all of those things on the field. But he also has to do a lot of it off the field. He's the captain. He's the captain of the defense.
Yeah, and then defensively, that would be I don't want to say the easiest one, but, I mean, the second the Orange Bowl was over, he was one of the guys we talked to, and I immediately asked him about filling that role. Yeah. And you could tell he's a quiet guy anyway, at least media-wise. You could tell he had put thought into it beforehand.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't right there sitting at this table in a post-game press conference, oh, now I have to be the Jacob Rodriguez. It was like, I've been preparing this entire time to be the next Jacob Rodriguez as far as a leader and everything with the football team. So, yeah, I mean, and will it necessarily be the numbers that he puts up? Maybe not, but because that's a very difficult ask. But, yeah, I agree with that defensively. And I know that on the offensive side, this probably isn't the greatest answer from me, but seeing how, I don't want to say ineffective, but because part of that might have been the quarterback position, but somebody that can create a big play. Not that Caleb Douglas didn't. Obviously, Reggie Virgil certainly did. But I'm talking like college football playoff. Get open, create separation. Is that Kenny Johnson? Is that somebody that does that? Is it Micah Hudson? Or is that going to be make or break? It might in a playoff game. Is it going to against anybody on the Big 12 schedule except for Houston? No, it's not going to make or break anything, but I think I'm looking more long-term. You need a wide receiver to kind of separate himself and be the number one on this team. Because do you think that there was a number one last year?
No.
Yeah, there were a lot of twos, So I would go with a Kenny Johnson, or I don't want to put that pressure on Micah Hudson yet because he doesn't have enough. But so I'll go Kenny Johnson just for a person to separate at wide receiver that kind of draws the attention of the defense to help out the other ones, if anything else.
On the offensive side, for me, I'm going to cheat, but I'm going to say the left side of the offensive line.
The left side.
Left side, strong side.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I think if you do say Howard Sampson, and you add the left guard, obviously Howard Sampson would be, he has to be able to anchor the offensive line.
Yeah.
If the offensive line is the most important part for the success of the team, because Will Hammond needs time and doesn't need to be taking extra hits.
Yeah, and he doesn't need to have happy feet and want to run.
He has to trust the offensive line.
Yeah, he doesn't want to have first thought, I need to run.
Right. B, you need to have a successful running game, not only against the Big 12, and it was not very consistent last year. You had a really good running game last year. Cam Dickey did a lot of good things, but it started really slow, and you had a couple big games that kind of picked up some other games that weren't as successful on the ground. And without a huge run from Jacoby Williams against Oregon, you didn't do anything.
Yeah. I don't know what the numbers were in the Kansas game, but remember, Cam Dickey broke a run like on the first or second play.
Yes.
And
he had 250 yards, and I think 100 of it was 2 carries. Or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, incredible game, but also that game picks up from a lot of other games where you're just like those, the Kent State and the Arkansas Pine Bluff rushing attack.
Yeah.
I was worried.
Yeah.
I was worried that this rushing attack was not going to be any good.
So it's running back for you then?
It's actually not.
Oh. I thought you were going to go with offensive line. That's why I didn't go anything offensive line.
It's Terrence Carter.
Yeah.
I do think that you'll have options down the field. I like Kenny Johnson, Collier, Micah Hudson. I think the running game is going to be good. I think the offensive line is competent at the very least. But for this offense to really be electric, I think you need that X factor mismatch, and I think Terrence Carter can provide that.
And that works. That works as a wide receiver one for me, definitely. And I don't think he comes back if he's not getting those opportunities.
Right. You can answer that on the 8th Flooring Center chat line more after this.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It's the End of the Bench. You said you had a question. Is it for the show, or do you want to wait for another break?
No, it's
okay. All right. What is it?
Have you seen the new breakfast option at the Lord's Chicken? The waffle.
Oh yes.
Waffle.
Is that out already?
I think so. Yeah.
I saw an ad for it on social media that it was coming.
I swear somebody in our newsroom
Chicken and
had
waffle,
it. Yeah,
like a sandwich, right? Yeah.
Like a maple waffle. Yeah.
Now, is this the chicken nuggets kind of sandwich, or is this like a full?
It looked like a chicken breast.
Like a full regular chicken sandwich.
That's what it looked like to me. Yeah.
All in.
Yeah. I don't care which way I eat that waffle.
Yeah, so you wouldn't have to attack that any kind of geographical way.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this, but it sounds like I'm...
Yeah, it's a chicken and waffle sandwich.
What? You said syrup?
Well, it's a maple waffle. I think it's in the waffle.
I would assume it's like the Golden Arches
gotcha
sandwich, which I don't like, because it's a soggy, undercooked mess all the time.
Sticky. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really.
you're asking for that anyway.
Yeah, I don't really want syrup in my.
But if it's like a maple flavored waffle,
Yeah, that's good enough.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take it.
I would try it for sure.
We were talking waffles during the commercial break, so
Yes, we were.
yeah.
I didn't see the connection, but now I do. All right, let's let's hit the calendar.
Your daily look at what's happening in the world of sports, birthdays, and holidays. Let's check the calendar.
It is National Dog Day. Shout out to Penny, my parents' dog.
And minus.
Minus?
Minus.
Is your corgi?
Yeah.
I can never remember that name.
Well, it's a very random name, so I totally understand that.
I remember you have a corgi that you walk all the time.
Yep.
Diligently.
I do. Twice a day.
With the mailman. But I never remember his name. Minus. I'm
I have a
locking that
question
in.
for you.
Yep.
If your corgi is going up the stairs and you touch him, does he freeze?
Well, I don't have stairs in my house, so I don't know, and we never go upstairs.
Because I've heard that, like, if a corgi is going upstairs and, like, you touch him or her, the dog freezes and gets stuck.
I will say this: when we stay in a hotel and we take the stairs instead of the elevator when we have the dog, he thoroughly enjoys stairs, and there's no like chance to touch him because he sprints up the stairs.
Have you seen the dog on social media that's loving the stairs right now?
No.
It's a pug. And so he just screams, like, open the door, let me on the stairs, let me on the stairs.
That's what Minus does. He sees stairs and he's like, I gotta get to the top of these things. I gotta see what's up there. Oh yeah, I'm on a leash. I'm gonna pull you with me.
It's also National Cherry Popsicle Day, National Toilet Paper Day, National Day of Repentance, if you have anything to repent, and, also National Web Mistress Day.
Okay.
Which is a woman who works on websites to design them. Not any way else, David.
Okay.
Celebrating the indispensable women who design, develop, and maintain the digital world. Web mistresses.
Awesome.
This is not, Ashley Madison or something. Go ahead.
Macaulay Culkin turning 46 years old today. And then we have Keke Palmer turning 33.
I love her.
I do too. Comedian John Mulaney
He has some good bits.
turning 44. Actor Chris Pine turning 46. Melissa McCarthy turning 56 years old.
Wow.
And then in the sports world, we have Kyron Williams turning 26. David Price turning 41.
Oh, what could have been?
Yeah, that's for sure.
For the Rangers specifically.
You think of David Price for the Rangers?
I think of David Price being in trade conversations for 3 straight years with Jurickson Profar and the Rangers holding on to Jurickson Profar as a great prospect. Yes, I do think of David Price with the Rangers.
James Harden turning 37. Signed this contract extension with the Cavs over this summer. And then both turning 27 years old today, Spencer Torkelson for the Detroit Tigers and Naz Reid, Christian Anderson's newest teammate in Charlotte, as he was traded in the LaMelo Ball
Yeah, the new
massive
look.
trade.
The new look Hornets.
Yeah.
I mean, Knipple and Brandon Miller are still there, but now you have Naz Reid and Schroeder, Kobe White, obviously Christian Anderson, Hans Steinbach. Interesting roster for my Hornets.
Your Hornets. Did you say Shieldwood? Shieldwood celebrating.
Shieldwood's birthday. He is younger than Collier.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know how old he is.
Age stats are for losers.
I can't ever.
Shieldwood is younger than me.
I know, but
Don't say it like that.
he could be.
Oh, I know.
He could be 35 or 45.
Stats are for losers. That's a fact.
Jack.
Any sports history?
Not a lot. I'm going to be honest. I was listening to a very random conversation about waffles during the commercial break, and it cut into my on this day in sports history research. So we'll start with on this day in the year 2000. Cliff Kingsbury threw for 186 yards and 2 touchdowns as Texas Tech beats New Mexico 24-3 in the first game of
The Mike Leach era.
the Mike Leach era. Also on this day, much more exciting news, in 2018, boxing match between YouTuber Logan Paul ends in a draw in Manchester, England against somebody that wasn't even important enough to, KSI, sorry. Yeah, that's big-time news on this day. And let's top it. On this day in 2025, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce reveal their marriage engagement in social media posts, garnering 1.2 million likes in under 10 minutes.
Wow.
Big sports news on this day in sports history. Movies on this day? The Brothers Grimm, released on this day in 2005. Who was in The Brothers Grimm?
I have seen that. Give me the first brother.
Matt Damon.
Oh, I don't remember that at all. I don't think I've seen that.
Heath Ledger.
What?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that at all.
No?
Was there? Oh, maybe there's a TV show or something I've seen some episodes of.
Yeah.
Matt Damon and Heath Ledger. No, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, well, maybe you should go check it out. Also on this day, a lot of movies that I don't know that I've ever seen. Greater, released in 2016. It's about the Arkansas walk-on guy that the award's named after.
Greater, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Not grater, like cheese grater.
Yeah, I didn't know what that
Greater.
was. Yeah. That's a fine movie.
It is?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Do you like cheesy sports movies that...
So, like, Remember the Titans?
Yeah. I mean, that kind of... They're designed to pull at your heartstrings a little bit.
Okay.
I would say more like Facing the Giants level than Remember the Titans.
Okay. Natural Born Killers, released on this day in 1994.
Yep. Like that one.
Our Idiot Brother, released on this day in 2011 with Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Never even heard of that one. Sticks and Stones, released on this day in 2019.
Nope.
Dave Chappelle. Never heard of that either.
A movie or a special? That might be a special.
Why would it be on the movies page?
I don't know.
Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, released on this day in 2011. You see that one? How about The Invitation, 2022?
Oh, that's with Will Ferrell?
The Invitation? I don't think so. Looks like a scary movie.
Oh.
Camp Nowhere, released on this day in 1994.
What was the one with Reese Witherspoon and The Wedding and Will Ferrell?
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It is time for some burning questions.
2 minutes of non-stop in-your-face inquiries with no end in sight. It's time for Burning Questions.
That was Felicity Huffman. And then we'll ask the chat line because we know the answer now. 2 National League teams have never won their division, the Rockies and this team. So that is a burning question for the chat line. 2 National League teams have never won their division, the Rockies and this team. We guessed the Brewers. That was incorrect. We were down between the Padres, Diamondbacks, and Marlins and Pirates. We guessed one of those 4, and it was incorrect. But one of those 3 remaining is correct, which is frustrating. We were right there. but I was rushing to get back from the break. All right. College football starting this week. David Collier, Lucas White. My first question for you guys. If you could bet on one Heisman favorite to be in New York, can you answer this, David?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I didn't know because you're a Heisman voter. If you could bet on one Heisman favorite to be in New York, who would it be?
Maybe I shouldn't, because I got wrong last year. I had Jacob Rodriguez going to New York.
You did.
Never forget.
If you could,
or continue to hold a grudge the rest of your life.
If you could bet on one Heisman favorite to be in New York, who would it be?
You gotta give me a list of Heisman favorites. I don't do it like that.
Well, just any player. You don't have to be a favorite, but you think this guy is going to be in New York.
CJ Carr.
That would be my answer.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. We were all together there.
Yeah.
I think Arch Manning, if he has anywhere near a decent season, will get the votes to be there.
If he's in the college football playoff,
he will certainly have the votes. I think John Mateer is like a dark horse. I would sprinkle a little cash on.
Have you? Never mind.
I understand. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. And then obviously Darian Mensah. Darian Mensah, I think, will have a good opportunity to win a Heisman.
Well, looking at my college football playoff top 12 here, I would agree with you. Yeah.
Is Gunnar Stockton still the quarterback at Georgia, or they have a new guy?
He's the quarterback, yeah.
So he would be my other kind of option. Okay. If you had one team guaranteed to make the playoff, no chance they miss, absolute stone cold lock, it would be ridiculous to even venture to say they would not be in a 12-team playoff. Who would it be?
Sorry, I'm going to take the low-hanging fruit. Texas Tech.
Okay. Yes. I'm not disagreeing. It is a thinner margin because they have to win the Big 12. I think they'll win the Big 12.
Yes.
Or they at least have to be like undefeated going into
they're either going to be undefeated and lose to whoever in the Big 12 championship game and only have one loss, or they're going to lose to Houston or whatever in the regular season, and then they're going to annihilate whoever they play in the Big 12 championship game and still get in.
I do think if there is two teams in the playoff from the Big 12, it's because Texas Tech has the most cachet to be like, oh yeah, we should also be in.
Yeah.
Maybe not because of last year, but we'll see.
If I had to go with somebody else, do I have to go with somebody else?
No, you can say Texas Tech.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's a good answer.
Yeah.
I would have gone SEC or Big Ten just because I think there's a little more margin for error.
One guaranteed.
Oregon. Okay.
Yeah, that was my second option.
I think I would go Notre Dame. Because I think they can lose twice. They don't have to play a conference championship game.
Yeah.
And the committee basically guaranteed them. The committee basically said, we're sorry. We will definitely be in next year. So I think they can just kind of loaf and be 10-2 or 11-1 with that schedule and be in the playoff. So I would mark Notre Dame as a lock. Yesterday, we put our playoff predictions together. I've got Notre Dame as a 6 seed, going 11-1, losing to BYU. BYU going 12-0, losing to Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship game.
That's just you trying to get two.
And Texas Tech and BYU being in the playoff.
Meeting in the playoff?
Being
in the playoff. I was about to say, if they meet.
It worked. I should have paid attention to my seeding a little bit better because I do have BYU Notre Dame then playing again in the playoff, which I don't like as much.
No.
Another lock I would have, just real quick, would be Miami.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Miami's in the same boat as Texas Tech, where they absolutely should be there. A little bit thinner of a margin because two ACC teams probably not going to be. But Miami would be the one to, go undefeated, lose in the ACC championship game to, let's say, Virginia, and then come back. I only say Virginia because they have the most returning starters. And
do you like SMU, though?
I picked SMU yesterday on Red Raider Recon. Spoiler alert, that will debut today. I picked them to, do the ACC championship game against Miami.
Okay. Yeah, that's...
Lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like SMU as a potential playoff team. I just don't know that I fully trust Kevin Jennings. Kevin Jennings would be another guy, though, that I might say, if he is close to his ceiling all year, he could be in the Heisman conversation. I would say Georgia.
Yeah.
Because the SEC is going to get 4 or 5. Craig, who continually said he doesn't think the SEC is worth its salt, yesterday also picked 6 SEC teams to be in the playoff.
Really?
Everything he was saying was he was getting called Collier. Everything he was saying was like pro SEC, and then he'd be like, I don't like the SEC. It's like, wait, what? Because what you're doing right now and what you're saying is a little bit different there,
I'm
Craig.
doing my 1, 2. I guess I got to beef mine up because I'm right like at 9, 10, 11 right now.
Yeah.
And I currently
4.
have Georgia, Texas, and that's it currently. And
I had 4.
Look, I think Oklahoma's schedule is too hard to fit in
I think
there.
I had 3.
But I could see 4 in there. Like, I don't know if I trust Ole Miss, but maybe they're better.
I have
without
Georgia, Texas, Oklahoma, and LSU.
I just don't want to put LSU in there because of
Sooners. If I had done this today, it would be Alabama and not LSU.
I need to look at Alabama's schedule.
All right, one more question. Will the Big Ten win its 4th straight national championship?
Yes. I will say no.
Okay, who's your champion?
Ohio State.
The field?
Yeah, I'll take the field.
Big Ten or the field?
Probably
You're just taking the field?
Georgia, or as weird as it sounds, Notre Dame.
I think Notre Dame, Miami, Georgia.
One of those 3. If you gave me those 3, I would be ecstatic.
Texas Tech.
Yeah.
I have one quick question.
Uh-huh.
Does Josh Hoover going to Indiana improve?
I think he's better than he was at TCU, but I don't know that he's as good as Mendoza.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he takes care of the ball better with Indiana.
Yeah. He better.
Yeah. He better.
Yeah.
But let me introduce you to a good running game and a good defense.
Yeah.
All right, more after this. 100.7 Score. It's the end of the bench.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It is the end of the bench. We will have the top 100 players in college football in the 3rd hour. Well, y'all will.
What does that mean?
We'll see at 11. And right now,
we
didn't mention during the headline segment that Texas Tech did get a 4-star, elite 4-star offensive lineman yesterday, Austin Atala. On Austin Atala's Twitter profile, it says 5-star. Pat McAfee said on the special yesterday, because he commits live on Pat McAfee show, which is awesome, by the way, that you're in a position to have that high profile of a guy in a 2028 class commit live on ESPN, Pat McAfee. That's awesome. He says we have a 5-star off the tackle here. The 3 major ratings in the industry composite all says 4-star. Now, he's elite. He's the number 1 player in California. He's the number 2 offensive tackle on 3 Rivals. He's a top 10 player, I think, on either 24/7 or ESPN. Top 15 on Three Rivals. Really, really good.
Every Power 4 offer imaginable.
Unbelievable. There's only 4 5-stars in this class right now, in the 28 class. Now, there will be more. He probably will be a 5-star by the time he signs. I don't mind that everyone's calling him a 5-star. That's better for Texas Tech to get it out there that he's a 5-star, but he's 4-star. 4-star, 5-star, I don't care. Stars really don't matter to me. If you're a 4-star or 5-star, you're a blue chip, and the blue chips all count the same. And the blue chip is what helps the FPI, the metrics that they put, which in turn helps the rest of the Big 12 strength of schedule, not necessarily yours, because you don't get to play yourself otherwise. All right, yesterday, Craig, myself, and the Booth boys, Lucas and Rogers, gave playoff predictions. Craig's Oregon, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Georgia, Miami, Texas, Texas Tech, Texas A&M, LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma, Boise State. The Booth boys, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Georgia, Miami, Oregon, Texas Tech, Texas, Indiana, Texas A&M, LSU, SMU, Boise State. Mine, Georgia, Oregon, Miami, Ohio State, Texas Tech, Notre Dame, Texas, Indiana, Oklahoma, LSU, BYU, UTSA. Now,
the one everybody's not been waiting for.
The one I have been waiting for with bated breath. David Collier's.
How did you do that? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was flip-flopping one because I realized I had two.
I just read them 1 to 12.
1 to 12.
1 to 12.
All right, 1 to 12. Here we go. 1, Oregon. 2, Miami. 3, Georgia. 4, Notre Dame. 5, an undefeated Texas Tech team that they're just going to leave out
13-0.
Because
that's what
they're going to do.
I mean,
that makes sense. But if those 4 are in front of them, they're going to do that. Part of your Notre Dame thing that you mentioned before.
It doesn't make sense to me, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
In the national landscape.
Yes. 6, Ohio State. 7, probably way too high, but the University of Texas. 8, Indiana. And a lot of this is maneuvering it so we're not playing conference opponents in the first round.
Texas Tech, Texas, and Indiana all in the same spots as mine.
9, I had to shoehorn a SEC team in here, so Ole Miss.
That's such an interesting one to me.
And I could flip-flop it, but maybe they play I don't know.
Look, in college football, the teams with the best quarterback with a good surrounding cast
and that's
often overperform. And Trinidad Chambliss, Darian Mensah, we were talking about Heisman earlier. We didn't mention the Oregon quarterback.
Dante Moore,
obviously. Yeah. I mean, I just said Oregon quarterback because everyone knew, right?
Yeah.
I forgot his name. Not because I forgot his name. Those guys are going to be able to elevate their teams. So Trinidad Chambliss in the playoff, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah. That would not surprise me.
Yeah, and that's probably
I didn't put him there, but that would not surprise me.
Yeah.
I didn't put them there for obvious reasons.
Well, for obvious reasons, yeah. At 10, I had to shoehorn a Big Ten team in there, and it's probably the worst decision of my life, but USC. And you know who I'll be cheering for in that game? That first round game? The 7-10 game?
Texas?
Yeah, 100%.
Wolf.
Well, hey. 11, Alabama. And 12, there's no good answer here, so I'll go with UNLV. Even though I picked Boise State to win the but that way I hedge my bet.
I mean, you can't do USC and Boise State. I mean,
exactly.
That would just be a nightmare scenario for you. And Texas?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a hate watch.
I mean, I'm already going to have to cheer for Texas in that game.
Okay, so you have Ole Miss in there.
I do have Ole Miss in there because I didn't think it would be right to only have 3 SEC teams in there.
Lucas, if I told you Tennessee and Ole Miss are the last 2 teams, who would you predict was in the playoff?
Tennessee. Because you know I picked Tennessee to win the SEC.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
But you don't have them in the playoff.
I don't. I know that. Yeah,
well, you and Rogers did together.
That didn't go well.
Craig picked somebody to win a conference that didn't have them in the playoffs, so. Or had them way lower in the seeding or something. I think it was A&M. I think he picked A&M to win and then ranked them 7th.
Yeah.
But these are 2 different things.
Yeah. I would take Tennessee.
I'm just so intrigued by their quarterback situation.
I do like their defensive coordinator.
They're starting the young guy, right? Have you seen who their quarterback room is?
Nope. Josh Heupel.
So Brandon Faison and George McIntyre, that's a redshirt freshman and a true freshman. They're starting the true freshman, I think. Faison, Brandon. Highly recruited, probably a 5-star. Another one of their redshirt freshmen is also there. So they have 2 redshirt freshmen, a true freshman, and the other guy competing for the starting job is Ryan Staub from Colorado.
Oh.
So if Brandon Faison, who is a true freshman, is one of these true freshmen that really gets it, and we've seen that before, exciting. The other team that was good last year that was elevated by their quarterback play, but has quietly recruited way better than they have, is Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's also starting a 5-star true freshman.
Curtis?
Yeah. Jared Curtis?
Yeah, is that the kid from Georgia?
Yeah. That flipped from Georgia to Vanderbilt
Yeah.
because of playing time.
Yes.
And he won the job. Or he was promised the job. Whatever. So if I gave you Vanderbilt, Tennessee, and Ole Miss, would it still be Tennessee?
It would still be Tennessee.
I think I'd take Ole Miss out of the trio.
Yeah. You would take them completely out, or you would take
No,
them?
I would put them in the
select
playoff.
them. Okay. Yeah.
Because of Trinidad Chambliss.
Yeah, I get it.
But if I also don't think it's crazy to say that those 2 true freshmen can be good.
Yeah.
Even in the SEC. Me and Clint on Red Red Recon drafted playoff teams. It was really hard to, at the end of that, to get to 24 and be like, man.
You're like, well, at least
I think it'd be even tougher to do all 3 of us. That'd be an interesting time.
No, thank you.
This has been the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 107thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.